Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 126. We've had some technical issues going into this one. Skype decided to fuck us
Well,
violently.
it fucked Kenshi.
It fucked
It's
Kenshi.
very rough too.
Yeah. No lube. It was
I don't want to talk about it.
I can still hear the whistle farts from here.
Kenshi, if you could let out a fart right now, that'd be just perfect.
I can't. I don't have to.
Oh. Oh well. So yeah, we had some issues going into this. Thankfully, we had some topics that were like just right there that we could do really quickly and easily. So we're not starting too late. So we got, and you know, we're recording this in video because Skype crashed and thus we couldn't do it the easy way. But whatever. We endure for the people. You know, for you guys out there because we're cool like that.
Yeah, people. People.
Way to be inspiring, Zero. Okay, so, as always, your cast is here this time. Promise. All of us. So, I'm here. Hi, I'm Casey. We also have Zero.
The guy who got called out last week for not being on when he told Casey he was going on a mission trip to build a house for a family in Mexico.
You were leaving on Friday. That's all you told me. You didn't tell me.
I believe I said. Look, just going through my own memories, I said I wouldn't be on that week, but whatever.
You said you were leaving on Friday, thus you couldn't do the D&D thing, which came as no surprise to anyone, but that's what you were saying you couldn't do.
At the very least, I thought you guys knew that it would be spring break or something.
Yeah, that would mean you have
Nothing,
more
right?
time, not less.
Yeah, if I'm leaving on Friday for spring break, it kind of implies something at least.
You realize that the school holidays here started this week, right?
Yeah, we had Slicer.
Okay, sure, whatever. I don't care anymore. Slicer is here.
Hey, what's up?
Guy's here,
Hello.
and Kenchwa's here.
Hi, I'm Kenshi618, and if you're an electronic listening to this, you better take notes from the laptop that I destroyed on Sunday because that piece of shit learned to act right. This is all electronics. You better act right around Kenshi618, or you get beaten to death with the kendo stick.
Don't insult our Android audience.
They better act right around me. I hate electronics. The only reason I have this laptop is because I need it.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Android audience, we're on a call in Google Hangouts because that's how we have to do this. So, Android, it's a pain in the ass, apparently. Yeah, setting up this call was fun too. That was great.
I mean, it wasn't that hard once I figured out how stupidly easy it was, but it
I
was...
still can't find Guy. Everyone else can, but I can't. He
never
does not
even tried
exist
it.
in my universe.
Speaking of which, you know there's evidence of another universe maybe leaking into ours?
Cool.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is.
Can I get superpowers? I'd probably waste them, but I mean, I
At the
want them.
very edge of the universe, like, they finally, at the very edge of our known universe, we got some very interesting data or something that suggests there may be another universe.
So if you were to get any superpower, what superpower would you choose? Callbacks.
the power to grow hair on any
There it
surface.
is. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, Kenji. All right. So, as always, we're starting with what we're doing. So, what are we doing is a very good question this week. So let's start with Guy.
Me? Oh no, you can't make me go first. I never go first.
Exactly. I try and switch it up sometimes, Guy.
Oh no, but I always need the 5 minutes to actually think of what I've been doing. No, this.
Okay, fine,
Definitely,
you big
Guy
mini.
sucks.
I've been. Oh well, no, now you put me on the spot. Come on.
You don't perform well under pressure, so just...
I have been. Well, I went camping over the Easter holidays for the long weekend, which was pretty boring actually.
No, it's camping, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Anywhere interesting, though?
Sorry?
Anywhere interesting?
No, not really. It's just boring forests. nature is overrated. And I've been writing my story. I'm now on 200 pages of my original story. And I've now realised the reason why I've never actually wrote a full novel before. I've reached the point where I can't actually write any more because I'm too busy going back and revising everything that's came before. I've just kind of plateaued off the amount of progress I'm making, which is really, really annoying. And yeah, I get to the point where eventually, it's with fanfiction, I write a chapter, I submit it, and then I just forget about it. But when I'm actually trying to write a full story, I'm just constantly revising everything. It's annoying. I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
And what else have I been doing? Oh, I went to go see Batman vs Superman over the weekend.
Oh, that's going to be something to talk about.
Yeah.
You can talk about it in broad strokes. No spoilers, please.
The annoying thing about it was it's the type of movie that could have been a really good movie. There were lots of things that I actually really liked about it.
Yeah.
There was good acting in a lot of places, good CGI, but they just had to go over the top and try to fit everything into it.
You could have had basically 3 to 5 movies out of the concepts they put into Batman vs Superman.
Easily, yes. And that's the bit that buried it, really.
Apparently, Ben Affleck was a good Batman.
Yes, he was. It was just badly directed. There's one thing, this isn't really a spoiler, but Batman does kill people in this movie.
Oh yeah, that annoyed me.
With guns.
Actually.
With guns?
Yes, that he puts on his Batmobile and everything, and he explodes people and cars, and yeah.
The thing was, it wasn't actually meant to kill anyone, they just wanted a big CGI, lots of effects on it. They expected the audience to forget that, there are people in those cars and Batman doesn't kill people.
He does straight up murder somebody with a gun, though. That's a confirmed kill.
When does he do that?
Wow.
So,
I can't remember him doing that.
Remember with the flamethrower guy?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. That's... Original Batman did that, yes. Original Batman was in the 40s. Scratch that, I think it was in the 30s. So, it's been a while since that's been Batman. Guys?
And it's in this that we really noticed the weaknesses of the Superman, because, again, he's the grim, darker, edgier Superman, and Batman's grim, dark, and edgy, so there's no real contrast of ideologies here. It's not two people that refuse to kill, that they have different methods and everything. It's two people who, it's just straight up murder.
They tried to fit too much CGI and too much plot into it, which was actually really, really annoying, because there was a lot of good stuff. I mean, I actually liked Lex Luthor in it. I didn't expect to, but...
Really?
I actually liked him, yeah.
Really?
I honestly expected good things out of him when I figured out who was playing him. I don't know why I did, but I expected, that sounds like it'll be...
It's mainly because he was the most entertaining thing in a movie that was very just joyless and dull. I mean, it looks beautiful. The movie looks beautiful, but there's only so many...
He was trying to bring joy to people. He was, you could say, trying to put a smile on their faces.
No, he wasn't Joker. He really wasn't Joker at all. He was a unique character, and that's it.
Okay.
I liked him because he felt like the most original character in there, actually.
Yeah.
He felt like a character that's actually been... a lot of thought's been put
And,
into it.
there really is only so many slow-mo shots and sad faces you can take. And the movie does a brilliant example of show and don't tell enough, which is really kind of weird. My mom fell asleep during this movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I can understand that, actually. If it was in any other movie, they could have had a lot more impact with a lot less. But they didn't.
And there's just a lot of plot holes, and you get to this, and there's some really good ideas in there. But right when the idea is about to come to fruition, they trash it for something. They destroy it in some way. and you're just like, that could have been great.
So it's ADD writing.
Yeah, basically.
Or more than one writer, maybe? I don't know.
And
No, I think that they just had too much expectations. They were trying to use the movie to shoehorn in all of the Justice League.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
trying to rush to that.
Yeah, they were trying to copy Marvel, essentially.
Mhm.
They were trying to do what Marvel did in a whole series of movies in one movie.
Yeah, there were like 5 films before Marvel tried to do one Avengers film.
and
And here they've
Yeah.
done one film, and now, okay, fuck it, let's get on with it.
like I said before, you get easily 3 to 5 films. You get Superman 2, you get Batfleck movie that shows his chain to police murdering
Batfleck.
Batfleck. Who's now Sadfleck, by the way, because of the reviews.
I saw the videos of that with the...
But
I also saw the one where he has flashbacks to Daredevil as well. So
Right. I thought you were talking about the in-movie flashbacks, which were pretty horrible.
oh yeah, there were like, I swear there were so many freaking dream sequences and everything, and
The dream sequences made me cringe. They were actually the only part of the movie that made me cringe.
and the ending, it's major spoiler area, so I'm not going to say what it is, but it ultimately had me disappointed. Because it showed that they made a decision and they couldn't commit to it.
I know what you're talking about.
No,
Does it
actually,
involve
that's
Wonder Woman?
not them. I would give them a pass on that because that's comic book. That's what happens in the comic. That's the
Yeah,
whole
I
thing
know
about-
that's what happens in the comic book, but the very, very end part. Felt a bit unnecessary.
Yes. If it had been a whole movie about that, building up to that, it would have been
Yes.
good. It was a really good part of comic history. But then they just had to squeeze it into a movie that shouldn't. They could have had a really good movie where Batman
Yeah.
versus Superman was the climax fight. That would have been great.
Yeah, the Batman versus Superman fight lasts about 8 minutes in this movie,
hmm
great.
and it's only the one fight, really.
Expected like 30 seconds.
It's one fight and it happens like halfway through the film, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's the part where actually Batman versus Superman is a really, really interesting fight. But
yeah. It's a
no,
great
they-
fight. I actually really was enjoying that, but I just didn't like what came immediately before it, with the motivations and everything going into the fight. What just wasn't good.
I'd say... Yeah, I can kind of understand that. One of the good scenes I did like was the way the fight was resolved. That moment. But everything else, it was just kind of...
When it was resolved, I kind of like it kind of felt like too much for some reason. Like, I understand what they're going for. I understand it for a lot of people it was a powerful moment, but at that point I was just like, really? It was mainly just that combined with how quickly they became allies or whatever.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, they had to team up to go against the big threat, so
Yeah, but it's just
that was just...
the whole relationship mechanics were a bit messed up, and I feel like they do have an R-rated extended cut, which they're releasing in like June. That adds an extra like 45 minutes,
Wow.
which would
That's
probably
like a 4-hour
explain,
movie now.
which would make it like 3.5 hours, and that would actually like explain a lot of the stuff that they just don't explain in the movie.
So yeah, I think it was a prime example of a movie that tried to fit too much in. It's too much expectations, too much content, and it just collapsed in on itself, really.
Yeah, and it makes
It's kind of a shame, but
It is.
me worried for Suicide Squad for the first time.
Actually, I think
For the
Suicide
first
Squad
time?
is the opposite. Because, well, I don't know, but I'm hopeful. that
I
it will
really want
be.
Suicide Squad to be good. I really want to see that movie.
I'm not worried about Suicide Squad because I have no expectations for Suicide Squad.
Well, it's the point that the Joker's in there, and Batman murders people now.
Yeah. I have
Which
heard a
brings-
theory about the Joker in that
Yeah,
film.
I've heard the theory, and that theory is pretty much almost confirmed by doing that.
That's a fun theory. I kind of hope
What
it's real
is
because
it?
that might save the film.
Yeah, but I don't know. I hope that
I kind of don't want to say it just in case it really is true, but if you want to
I
look
really hope that Suicide Squad does turn out well, and that probably will. Like, the thing is, they still made $700 million off this Batman vs. Superman movie. It's Batman vs. Superman. Everybody's going to watch it.
Oh yeah, it's still going to be hugely successful no matter what.
Which,
But
you know,
maybe it might be alright with the later one because they got that out the way, but they might slow down and actually do things properly.
yeah, it just hurts that they had to sacrifice this movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe we'll get a Flash film, even though there's 2 seasons of a Flash TV show that would really just easily give them continuity. But still, maybe they'll do a Flash film and do his backstory. I don't think there's been a Flash film before, ever.
Yeah,
It's been... I don't think they did have one.
there were cameos in Batman vs. Superman that felt a little bit kind of just pushed in a little bit too much. Like, there's just one scene where it's like, hey, look, there's a whole bunch of cameos, and I'm just like, you didn't need that scene. You could have done it differently. And that's really the thing. The movie had a lot of good potential in there, and there were a lot of things in there. There were some things in there that I really liked. It didn't fully explore them, or you know, they could have done things a lot better, and I was disappointed.
Hopefully that means they'll be able to slow the hell down and actually, you know, the
Yeah.
future installments of the Justice League arc they're building, I guess, will be better. More thought out.
Yeah, I hope so. That's actually one of the reasons why I've got a bit more. Still got high expectations for the Suicide Squad movie because they don't have. They're not trying to start
Yeah,
anything.
they don't
with the
have
Suicide
that. They don't
Squad.
have nowhere
It's more
near as much
self-contained.
expectations as Batman vs. Superman did.
I think it could be more like Guardians of the Galaxy in that sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the cool thing about Suicide Squad is they can rotate villains in and out whenever the fuck they want. So
Yeah. So I'm interested to see, you know, how Suicide Squad turns out because I really like the whole group and I really want to see it really badly. You know, it's
Ooh,
You see,
Captain America
it's,
is Sorry.
Captain America: Civil War is coming out soon, so
That one I'll need to see.
that
That
one.
one I don't have high hopes for. It seems like they're trying to cram too many plot lines into one thing.
yeah, it seems like they're
Well-
rushing to that one.
I'm hoping that the Captain America: Civil War might be Batman versus Superman done right. It's
Yeah.
very similar concept movies really, but I think it's giving off a different feel.
It
Yeah.
feels a
The
bit
Civil
more
War thing,
coherent.
it is central. That is the reason the film exists. There is not going to be some villain that jumps out of the fucking blue for no reason that's going to take over the film. Not that I know for certain that happens in Batman vs. Superman. I haven't seen it.
So-
But,
Honestly, that's not really a spoiler. That was in the bloody trailer.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's still a spoiler. It's just a spoiler that they spoiled in the fucking trailers for some stupid fucking reason. But still,
They don't keep much hidden from the trailers.
yeah.
They really don't.
That's not something they're going to do in Civil War, because the point of the film is the fucking Civil War.
Yeah,
So-
and not to mention we've had the build-up of several movies to this.
Yeah. I mean,
As
there was an
opposed-
entire scene, basically, in Avengers 2, there was an entire scene that was dedicated to setting up this conflict. Like,
Yeah.
it was just 2 guys chopping wood in the fucking field and talking about fucking politics and the rights of heroes to do whatever they want to do.
The
And
only
it is
thing-
the slowest, most ploddingly paced scene in the film, slows everything completely down, and it was just there to set up this film.
The only thing that's kind of making me nervous about Batman Civil War is Spider-Man. I think if there's anything that they did force into the movie,
Yeah.
It would be
it's
Spider-Man.
It's not forcing. He has to be there because he's very central to the whole thing. But
Well, no,
But-
no. Originally, I think it would have. It's where Black Panther was the one who was going to take over Spider-Man's role, being
Oh.
central to the whole thing, and then Marvel got the rights to Spider-Man back again, and they tried to force him into the movie.
oh,
And I think that's
yeah,
going to
I know.
come off
I'm
as
just
a forced
wondering. I'm just
cameo.
wondering if they put him in too late. Is the thing.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you mean now. Then yeah.
No, if they put him in too late, and it just comes out rushed, it won't be as good. So I don't know.
It's not going to be as good as it could have been because he was never there for any of the other Avenger stuff or any Marvel stuff in general.
Yeah.
But
Well-
people are still going to pop because it's Spider-Man.
Well, does anyone really want to see the Spider-Man origin story again?
No.
Not really.
They said that they assumed people already knew about Spider-Man, so they're not going to do an origin story over again for him.
Yeah, which I'm not going to dismiss the movie altogether just over that one suspicion, or even that one flaw if it does turn out to be right.
Yeah.
But
If it's a flaw, it's a flaw, and it won't necessarily kill the film, but it'll be a downside. Yeah. Okay. So, having talked to death that fucking film,
We
related
front-loaded
films,
Batman vs Superman.
what else
today.
have you done this week, Guy? This past 2
think
weeks, sorry.
I think I've just about covered that, haven't I?
You said you went camping and you saw Batman Superman.
Yeah, trying to write my story.
Oh yeah, and the writing, yeah.
Which is annoying. I think it's a really good story, but I don't think I'm ever going to actually be able to finish it properly.
Yes, you will.
You don't know how I write. I'm awful at writing like that. I try to revise too much and fit into...
Okay. Next then. Slicer, what have you done in the past week since you were here last week? Good guy.
Let's see. Fighting was called off due to weather. I didn't see a movie on Sunday because my plan to see a movie every week has kind of stalled because there is nothing in the theater I want to see. So I'm waiting till like late April when something I wanted to see comes out. I forget what it
Have you
was.
seen Batman vs Superman?
No, I'm not going to. I have standards.
Ooh.
But
I
no,
was
I'm not
say,
gonna.
if you do see it, that's something you see for a matinee. Bring a friend, laugh at it.
That's fair. But
It's so good, but yeah.
no, I don't want to contribute to the sales of that movie, so I'll probably grab it online at some point.
That's probably smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that DVD rental thing that I hear they've started doing that for films and theaters now.
Yeah.
Strange how they
I
started
work
doing
like 3 blocks from a Family Video, so they still exist.
that. Huh. I've never heard of them, but okay.
Actually, I work next door to a. It's not Blockbuster. It's something else.
Hollywood Video?
It's Buckbloster.
Something. I don't know. I can't
a
remember.
large
They're not
video
important.
section in
Probably
the
gonna
back.
close down.
Not with their large adult video section in the back.
That's exactly
Okay.
what...
Of all things that people would go to video stores for, you really think porn is the thing that they're going to go there for now? Porn?
the one thing that's accessible everywhere online.
I don't know. It
I mean,
used to
films
be.
are too, but porn?
Back in the good old days, that was where you went. That was a spot.
I don't want to know about these good old days. I've got weird visions of what you class as good old days.
The good old days, the section of the store that I couldn't go into.
Our rental shops
Yeah.
didn't have those, I don't think.
The fact that it exists isn't the weirdest fact. It's that it actually sells a lot of movies or rents them out. Like, people come into the store and they have 10 or 12 DVD cases full
Well,
of movies.
Well, here's
They
the
just
You
rent
thing.
them
live
in
in
max.
Iowa, and you have admitted on multiple occasions how shit your internet is.
Yeah, I was about to
Out
say that.
here, in the city, it's actually amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Then again, the movies are super cheap. You can get like 10 of them for like $5. It's crazy. And you can also buy video games if you want. Not a lot of them, but yeah.
Fair play. Okay.
Let's see.
Anything else?
We got so much truck on Monday, or rather Friday, but I didn't work until Monday, that we cannot put it in the back, and it's actually spilling out onto the floor again.
I don't know what truck is.
Product.
Truck is all the supplies we get. Like, yeah. Metal cages full of boxes and
Oh,
stuff.
I see. Slicer, welcome to my life for the past 3 months.
Yeah. I'm sure that's, yeah, I can relate. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And worse, I'm the fastest stalker in the store, so I'm expected to deal with it. And run register, and deal with customers, and pretty much solve all of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, it must be awful working in retail.
It is.
It's pretty bad.
horrible.
It's not. I think I got the best out of that deal, but yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. I was promoted solely because the customers were getting in my coworkers' faces, and I'm the only male employee. They didn't even try to hide that fact.
Yes, Slicer. Dollar store harem.
No. No.
Okay. No. Not your type then, shall we say.
One of them, maybe two of them, but she left a while.
Oh.
She moved to Chicago, so oh well. Yeah, no. Aside from that, lastly, I had a paper due, and the class is on Wednesday, and my only free day is Tuesday, so I'm constantly accused of procrastinating. Yeah. So I had asked for an extension on that because I wrote 5 pages that were apparently not part of the assignment. Yeah. And that's not that pansy-ass double-spaced either. I mean, like 5 solid blocks of text. Which, yeah, sucks. So I gotta redo that later today. As in right after the podcast, and haul ass because it's due Friday. What the extension is.
Okay.
Yep, and that's I believe it. I haven't been doing much else.
Okay. 0.
So, I haven't been on for a while. I had midterms, which was fantastic, I guess.
Yay!
Doesn't sound good.
Midterms, and I hate them.
Stop being a pussy.
But I at least went and I did them, so there's that. It's over. It's gone. But last week I went down to Mexicali, Mexico with Bayside Church, and yeah, I built a house for a family of 4. It was a really cool, awesome experience. We had like a contractor on our team, and he called him his buddy contractor. And I got to stand on the roof and do shingles at one point, and that was terrifying because it was windy and there was sand.
You can tell you're a writer, 0.
No, but the first day, seriously, like the first day, we had our whole thing picked out of. We were going to go to this site. We knew this family. It was going to be, we knew exactly everything about them. But we got switched the day of we were leaving to our site, to our work site. We got switched from the closest place, and we knew everything about them, to a faraway site, basically kind of surrounded by sand, a little bit in the middle of the desert. And yeah, our truck got stuck in the sand about 300 feet away from the slab of concrete where we were going to build the house. So we had to take out all the wood and all the tools, and we had to carry them about 300 feet over to the work site in 90+ degree heat, well on sand. So that was fun, I guess. We were behind because of that, and we were already low on people because people quit. So that was a great experience. We finally got our truck out, and literally every single day somebody went down there. Their truck, like their car, got stuck. The locals got stuck. We had to help them. The
How do
family.
they not know their way around? I don't get that.
Because it's all sand. How do you know which sand is firm and which is not? And how
I
do
don't
you
know.
Yeah,
They've
exactly.
lived there forever. They should know
You
these
have to
things.
keep with the momentum, and if you don't keep with the momentum right, all it takes is one mistake, and you're stuck in the sand. That's how dangerous it was. Barnabas' team, which came out and were all like, yay! They're all super positive and happy, and they give us snacks and everything, and they're all like really happy, and then their van gets stuck. And they
Well,
still
I
were
guess
very
they can't
positive.
get away with the rest of the snacks then. It's all yours.
Yeah. We had second servings, but my gosh, there was just so much stuff went wrong, but we managed to complete the house in the end. I did a lot of the insulation too, as well as, just general cutting wood and using a saw. Did I mention I got to use a giant saw? It was great.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I got to use a giant saw and nail guns too. So if you guys are ever worried about me before, don't worry, I'm a trained professional.
No, you don't.
So I had a lot of fun. My brother got to use a lot of power tools, which made me a little bit scared for my life. Because I know that in the end he wants to eventually defeat me and become the master of our family. He's the lowest one, so he has to defeat me. That's how it works, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it worked in here.
Okay.
I really bonded with the kid there. His name was Caesar, but I thought it was Cecil, so I just called him Cecil the whole time. He responded to
Oh,
it.
God.
I'm pretty sure he hated you.
Yeah.
No, we were really close. We were friends, me and him.
Was he
Yeah.
your little
You and Little Green.
he was about to cry when I left. It was really sad.
I can't believe he's finally gone. I'm so happy.
I can have a name again.
I still think his name was Cecil. I think the rest of my group was messing with me. Granted, Caesar would make sense as a name, and Cecil's more Italian, but shut up. He was Cecil
sure.
to me.
I think if Cecil is British, to be honest. Or Cecil, rather.
So
I think the important question to ask is, did you come back with Zika virus?
no, but I did have a pound of sand in both my socks and shoes.
A literal
Wow.
pound.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
basically, you filled your socks with sand to beat your brother with, right?
no.
It's not
That's like a logical
plan.
turn of events to me.
Because the tops of my shoes were more porous, so that means sand got in through the top, and my socks were also a bit porous. So that meant the sand got into my socks, which made walking around really kind of painful. And, yeah, I had to sleep in a tent. I mean, they ate well. They gave us pretty good food, but we're not allowed to share it with the locals or else they'll kill us all and take our food. So, yeah.
I don't know why that's funny. Maybe because you said it like they were animals or something.
Yeah, same reason we're not allowed to bring them back to camp with us. But, yeah, it was a good experience. Lots of fun, lots of hard work, and I came out of it a stronger man, a stronger person.
Wow.
Yeah, really got to bond with a lot of people there, made some real friends. I also played Danganronpa for the first time to completion because my friends had been telling me that I must play it. And it's a mystery type game with murders and, the like. And I solved every murder before the trial. Like, I figured it all out, and I guessed correctly every time. I'm the ultimate detective.
Huh.
I am actually surprisingly intelligent when it comes to detective cases. That knowledge does not translate to many other things.
Including detective cases.
But it was a lot of fun, and I want to play Danganronpa 2, but I need to wait like freaking either 2 weeks for it to come out on Steam, or I have to somehow fix my brother's PS Vita and play it on that.
Ugh.
2 weeks is really not too bad.
Well, to the dead battery. Or whatever the heck's wrong with it, I don't know. It's been charging this entire call, and then some. And I don't know what's going on. But I mean, that's kind of. I beat Digimon Cyber Sleuth too. Finally.
You probably just outright get that game at some point.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I ended up with like most of the Holy Knights and pretty much all the Lilithmon was really good because she's a waifu and also incredibly powerful. I think that's about it on stuff I did that I really care about talking about. I wish I remembered a funny, awkward story, but I don't have one at the moment. I deeply apologize.
Yeah, I'm sure Little Green would be disappointed in you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call you Little Green.
So what's the Little Green?
It's,
Dragon Ball Bridge reference.
yeah, that.
It'll always be Cecil to me. My brother gave him his watch,
Okay.
which is pretty nice.
Alright.
So yeah. Oh yeah, my brother and I were on the same team for that. Just to clarify.
Yeah, we assumed that based on the whole...
Yeah.
You were talking about it earlier. Alright, I'll go next. I had a week off. I basically spent that week off watching Netflix. More specifically, the American version of House of Cards.
Is there a difference?
Yeah, there's a British one.
Huh. I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 seasons. Not a fan. No, I didn't like it. It's... You know that thing where there's a character that's supposed to be like a mastermind and stuff, and he does things, and then things happen because of that, and the story... He's basically Eisen.
Oh
Pretty
yeah.
much every TV detective ever.
Oh man, I almost forgot.
A little bit, only it's really, really
Yeah.
abrasive in this case. It's not done well.
It's one of the reasons I can never like Sherlock.
Yeah, Zero, what did you forget quickly?
Daredevil.
Oh,
yeah, we
yes,
haven't talked about
yeah.
it. We'll get to that.
Okay.
It's back.
Yeah, shut up. We'll get to it. So House of Cards. Yeah, it tries to play out the main character as a Machiavellian villain with like, you know, a dose of Richard III in there with the whole asides to the camera and things like that. It doesn't work like that. There's an entire episode that is basically bad decision theater, where all these characters make incredibly stupid decisions, and then Frank Underwood, the main character, shows up at the end of the episode and basically goes with a fucking Gendo pose. He may as well. He doesn't. He may as well. Gendo pose, all according to plan.
Wow.
I am not sold on that. That is entirely bullshit. No. So, I didn't like it. No, I didn't like it at all. I wish I'd spent those 20... Yeah, something like 20 hours better, to be honest. Oh well.
It took you 20 hours to make up your mind?
No, I mean, it was watchable, but it wasn't particularly entertaining.
Okay. Just kind of the thing where it's like, I might as well.
Yeah, pretty much. And, okay, Daredevil. Let's talk about Daredevil. Again,
It's back.
broad strokes.
I've only watched the first 6 episodes.
Okay.
I've watched
But
it
I
all.
have to say, I really like the Punisher in this.
He's pretty
The
good.
Punisher is cool, yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing for the rest of the day after this podcast.
It's a good
It
plan.
is, yeah. And they're doing really good fight scenes in this again. That's how I like him.
I think a lot of the fight scenes are trying to copy it off a bit from the first season, just with
Yeah,
bigger
you
stakes
can
a bit.
very much tell that. There's one
Yeah.
fight scene that, you know how they did the hallway scene? There was a send up of Old
Yeah.
Boy where it's all one shot. They do the same thing, but it's in a stairwell.
Oh yeah, that one. I really like that one.
It was okay, but, you know, it's a trick we've seen before. So
It's a trick we've seen before, but I still really liked it.
Yeah, it was okay.
it was okay, but, yeah.
One thing which I didn't like was it did kind of drop off a bit towards the end.
It
In
did.
terms of-
Zero doesn't know
yeah.
this yet, but it did, yes. The other plot that isn't the Punisher was a lot less engaging.
Definitely.
Like,
Are you sure we're not allowed spoilers?
Yes, we're not allowed spoilers.
No.
what I can tell though is I would much rather just follow the Punisher for this, and just make the whole thing more involved with him. Because
This is the closest, for a Netflix show, this is the closest you're going to get to a backdoor pilot for a Punisher
Yeah.
series. This is what they're going to do instead. They're just going to have a character be there and be important for that time period, and then they'll get their own show. So that's what the Punisher's going to have. He's going to get his own show.
yeah, I know that much is for sure because it's such a good like Punisher. It's just a problem I have with them introducing. I don't know if this is a spoiler if I say her name or not, but
No, it's not. It was in a trailer. Elektra. She is not going to get her own show. Unless they
No.
force it through, it's... No. I don't think anyone was really engaged with that character.
Well, the character I didn't mind. The characters in the acting, the performance.
no, I don't mind the acting.
I actually-
or
I
It
quite
was
like that.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just upset more of where it comes in because you're basically splitting the show into two parts again, and
Okay. I get where you're going with this. The show comes off kind of busy and kind of all over the place. I think that's partially intentional.
yeah,
Because
I would
that's
agree with
basically
that.
what the characters were feeling at that point. It was like everything was going to shit and everything was pulling them in all different directions at the same time. They didn't know which way was up. It was kind of... It
But I
kind of
feel
feels like
like-
that was what they were going for as a feeling for the audience as well.
I feel like Elektra didn't need to be introduced.
No, I would say that she does play an important role. I don't agree with a lot of the plot devices and storylines around her, but I think she's an important enough character that she needed to be in there.
I can't decide whether... I mean, we don't know whether it would be better if she wasn't in it or not. I mean, I could see a shorter Daredevil series this year for like 8 episodes, and it's all about the Punisher thing. Entirely, and we just focus on that. I could see that, and I would have enjoyed that, but I don't know. If they wanted a full series, there was going to be 13 episodes of like the hour-long, like they had last season, then yeah, they needed more to pad it out.
I
had more of a problem with the transition to it. It felt a bit rough.
There basically wasn't one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
understandable a bit, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, like... Okay, we talk about this anymore, we're going to start spoiling things really seriously, but yeah.
Leave it to next week and then we'll spoil everything. Or how about
Yes.
we do fake spoilers for April's Fools? So do you remember that time when Daredevil teamed up with the Spider-Man? That was a good part of the
Do you
season.
remember when Daredevil started just shooting babies?
Yeah, he basically tracked down that kid from last season that he went into that big fight scene to save, and then he just showed up and ran him over with a car.
And it turned out he was being possessed by the Punisher all along.
He didn't really mean to, but his like super sonar sensors thing just crapped out for a little bit, and it just happened that the kid was right there.
And it turns out Daredevil was never blind from the beginning. He was actually an old woman in disguise.
He actually had supervision the whole time. And that was
And he
his real
faked it to
power.
throw people off the trail. He faked being blind so people wouldn't think he could see. Right?
Then Cyclops shows up. And then Cyclops and him have a battle of glasses.
And
then Wade Wilson wakes up, and it's all revealed just to be a long, elaborate trailer for Deadpool 2.
I'm pretty sure we have just wrote a piece of Daredevil fan fiction right there.
And then Deadpool turns around and Cable's in his bed. And then Cable turns around and then Daredevil's in his bed.
Okay, so, yeah, Daredevil, Season 2 was a thing. I liked it.
Definitely.
I liked the trailer for Luke Cage as well at the end.
Was there a trailer for Luke Cage?
Yeah, after the credits, it oh no, it just moved on as if it was the next episode, and it was the trailer for Luke Cage, and it's basically, I think it was him in a gym or something, and some guy tries to shoot him. He's like, "You have never heard of me, have you?"
I've never actually finished Jessica Jones, but I do want to watch Luke Cage.
It's good. It's not Season 1 Daredevil good, but it's good.
I would say that Jessica Jones was probably as good as Season 2 Daredevil. Not quite as good as Season 1,
I think there might be a little bit in it, but yeah, they're around the same quality level. Yeah.
It's still very good.
Yeah, so, House of Cards and Daredevil. What the fuck else did I do? Oh yeah, I read a bunch of stuff. Because I need more not really. I don't really need more recommendations, but I needed stuff to fucking read because I was bored. So yeah, I did that. That was cool.
Go play Danganronpa. Pretty
No.
good game.
Oh, also, since it's going to be out by the time this video comes out, we also just recorded the fucking April Fool's video. It's funny, right?
It's pretty great.
Please don't ask us to do an actual Let's Play of Pokemon.
We're not doing
Godzilla.
Can we do a
That's
first-gen Pokemon Let's Play?
No.
No.
Mostly because it'd be boring as sin.
We do a Moemon Fire Red.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Doing a
Here you go.
Nuzlocke of that would be way worse.
Here you go. Nuzlocke run of this. How about? Let me put it in the chat. Okay. This is an actual thing,
Okay.
and it will be so much more painful than you can imagine.
Oh god. Oh god.
Let's murder some little girls.
Oh god.
Zero, you're a sick man.
He is. Because you know what? People are going to ask us to do this now. Thanks, Zero. I think you just volunteered yourself to star in the next fucking Pokemon Let's Play. Or, sorry, Moemon Let's Play.
We're linking this. This is awesome.
I don't care. I would like this just for the sheer novelty of what the heck they made the Pokemon look like. All their sprites are different because it's all them in costumes.
Yeah. Aww. Mighty is fucking adorable.
Yeah, it is. Too bad we're gonna murder it.
All dudes, though.
Yeah, that's
So in an
probably it.
attempt to move on the topic, I've been marathoning Parks and Rec recently. It's very good.
Okay. Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah.
Alright, Ken, have you gone?
Nope.
Okay, go Ken.
All right, so I've been working all week, and I was on last week because the day of the podcast, I was at work, And right before I left, they were like, yeah, you got to take a random drug test today. And I was like, okay.
Did you pass?
I haven't been fired yet for all the anabolic steroids in my system, so I'd assume I passed. That must not.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that was a weird experience. Drug tests.
You don't have the right drugs in you.
I don't. Drug tests are always super awkward, especially since I wasn't the only one from my workplace that was scheduled for that day. So it's kind of weird running into people you know and just sitting around waiting to pee in a cup.
Sitting next to people and you're like, you got to pee in a cup? Yeah. How about you? Yeah, I got to pee in the cup.
Yeah,
already did actually. It's right here.
Yeah, peeing in the cup was also awkward because after I was told I had to go, I had to go to the bathroom then, and this is at 9 o'clock in the morning, and the test was like at 1. I was like, oh, well, I should hold it because I might have to go later. So I held it for like 4 hours, and that was a mistake because I almost filled the cup, which would have been awkward.
You don't actually need a lot of pee for those.
You don't. When I was going, I was like, "Oh no, this is too much. I gotta stop."
Yeah, they're not asking you to fill a big gulp or anything. It's just like a little cup. It's fine. You squirts and you're okay.
It was a painful experience. And let's see.
Like literally painful, because then you might have some other problems if it was.
No, it was painful because I had to stop, or else I would have overfilled the cup and peed on my hands.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah, that's never comfortable. Forcing yourself to stop midstream, that's bad times.
Mm-hmm. Also, I don't know why it's so awkward to dump out the urine if you fill the cup too much.
Well, I was going to fill the whole damn thing, so I had to stop. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for that image of me peeing in a cup and overflowing the cup.
Oh, someone will be into that.
Probably.
Alright, let's see, in addition to that, I destroyed my laptop. Like, just in a fit of rage. Did
you pour the pee on it?
No, I didn't. I should have peed on it after I was done.
You should have.
Mark it as yours. It'll do everything you say.
Like, it was Sunday night, and on Sundays I work from 3 a.m. to 11 a.m., and then I go work out for like 4 hours, and then I come home. And usually it's okay because I have like Sunday nights and Monday mornings off, but on this particular time I had to go back to work at 10 o'clock that night. So I get back in at like 5, and I'm trying to get like at least 4 hours of sleep before I have to go back in. And I had to approve my time card so I get paid this week. And you got to do that on a website. So I got on my computer, and first of all, the whole thing froze up while I was trying to get on Chrome. That's okay, I'll restart the computer. And then it doesn't go past the start screen. And I've been through this movie before, and I start getting really angry. So I try it like 2 or 3 more times, and then I decided to just take it out back and beat it with a kendo stick into bits until I felt better about myself.
That sounds really satisfying.
It was. It was incredible. I should have recorded it, but I was just too angry at the time to think about it. So I beat it into pieces and left the pieces there and then went to sleep and then went to work. And then cleaned it up when I got home the next morning. I have a new computer now.
I'm picking up on that, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully this one goes better than the last one. It better.
Yeah. Did you shout "man" every time you hit it?
Huh?
Did you shout "man" every time you hit it?
Mad?
It's a kendo thing. Never mind.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was cursing at it. I probably yelling "fuck" every time I hit it. Probably.
That's probably legal kendo language. That's probably a thing they do too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you're asking why I have a kendo stick in my house, shut up.
I didn't ask that. I kind of assumed you did. I assumed you have 3 of them.
I actually have nunchucks.
I do, actually. I do have one that's also I have 2 actual kendo sticks, and I have one modified as a short sword version. For short sword practice.
God, you fucking weeb.
What? I actually did learn swordsmanship at one point in time.
That's fair.
Like, it's
I
a
don't know.
thing
I'm the one
that-
who has a master sword. Zero has like 4 master swords. So,
I have
mean,
2.
Thanks, Zero.
And one's broken, so my awesome one's just hanging up on the wall.
How'd you break it?
Well, the part of the hilt just fell off.
It just fell off.
they're pretty shitty quality,
I
honestly.
swung
Unless
my
you really.
sword, and it fell off.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, you would think so.
Let's see. Yeah, in addition to that, I started writing an X-Men fic.
Okay.
Not sure how that one's going to go, but it's more kind of practice of writing in the first person, because that's what the book I'm going to write is going to be in. So.
Oh yeah, I got to practice with first person in my creative writing class, and I also do it in my regular stories. First person can be really fun if you have a good character to go with.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm trying to work with that before I actually start an actual book, an actual novel.
What's your novel on?
Huh?
What's your novel going to be about?
Okay, what's yours going to be about?
Dark fantasy, set kind of medieval times.
Oh, okay. Treasure hunting story. Treasure hunting story.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I'm going to make you jerks read it when it's done.
Sure. I don't see why not.
Okay, yeah, I'll read it.
Yeah.
Alright.
I need someone to tell me how to improve it, because it's going to suck.
I'm gonna start working on my original story. I kind of did, but I want to rewrite it all because it's crap. So
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I'm trying to get some of that money.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do nothing.
congratulations.
Thanks. I'm more a critic than a writer anyway.
I'm looking
You should
paid.
join a critic website that gives you money for words.
Do those even exist? I think it's called YouTube, actually.
Sure. Well, you critique things on YouTube.
Ooh,
We have
ooh,
a channel.
Yeah, we could do that. We could totally do that. We do that. We do that
Yeah,
now.
we do that, yeah. That's basically what random is, you realize.
You could do more specific.
Yeah, I could. Need to get a decent camera for it.
Yeah, just use your laptop camera. That's what I do.
It does... If you want to record, like, yourself footage, you're better off doing it, like, with a standalone camera and then just importing footage onto your computer. Because I've tried using my computer camera and it just... the audio and video will desync, like, pretty harshly, to the point where I was like half a minute off with like a 5-minute video. It was pretty rough. So, yeah. I would need to get a decent standalone camera if I
Yeah.
wanted to do that. Or if
I
I just use
believe
like
in
trailer
you.
footage or something. I don't know.
You can do it. You have all our hopes and dreams behind you.
No, I don't.
Are these anime type encouragements working? They doing anything for you?
No.
Okay.
All right, I'm done with my stuff.
Okay. Alright, so... I have no idea how long this podcast has been going on.
Probably like 45
There's no
minutes.
timer on this thing, so I don't know.
Nope.
It doesn't matter. We can just keep talking.
I'd say about an hour. We started about 12:30, right?
What time's 12:30?
I'd say an hour and 11 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say an hour. At least.
Okay.
An hour sounds about right.
Alright, so, random... Were we even going to have time to do the topics?
Well, we've
Do we
only
have-
got one topic, haven't we?
We have one topic that's basically 3 topics.
Right.
Okay.
Whatever,
Yeah.
we can do it. I know we can. I believe in us.
I don't.
No, I don't.
Well, screw you
Believe in
too.
us.
Believe in us.
Well, screw you, because us involves me. You better believe in me.
Believe in the us that believes in you.
I don't believe in him.
Why the
though.
fuck would I believe in you fuckers? I don't even believe in me.
Well, I believe in him,
Sad.
which is what's important. The important part of this equation is me.
Believe in the Kenshi that believes in you.
I don't believe in him. I'm just saying believe in me. It's the
Why
No,
would I
but there
believe
is-
you? You're only a
believe in the
function in this
possibility-
equation.
I'm an atheist. I don't believe in anyone.
You believe in the possibility that there's a Kenshi that believes in you. That's what it means. Doesn't mean it's true. It just means that you believe that it's true.
Thanks, little
I
guy.
think I won that one. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so Random A this week was fucking
For
Persona
for
4, the
Persona
animation.
her. For
I can't believe this came up in like the first 5 of these that we do.
this
I'm
is
pretty
random.
Okay, so Persona 4, the animation. Who wants to summarize the episode for the people that didn't actually watch it this week because we watched it years ago and thought we didn't need to?
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, Kenshi, what happened in the first episode?
You're introduced to the protagonist of Persona 4. He goes into town and sees all the characters that are going to be in the game, or, I mean, the show, the series, that are going to have a particular role at some point. He meets his friends, and then he falls into a TV.
Okay, does
And
it
there
stop
are,
there?
there are monsters in the TV.
Yeah.
It's a real weird, warped place. Looks like an old, warped, abandoned apartment complex of some sort. And there are monsters there. And just as he's about to die, he finds his persona, or his persona speaks to him, and he kicks monsters' asses, because that's what protagonists do in Persona 4. And that's the end of the episode.
True.
Yeah. Okay, so
I like in Persona 4 Golden because its dialogue choices in the game, right when you
hey,
first.
how about we
introduced-
don't jump the gun, Zero?
Okay.
So
I
people
just
that
want to
haven't
say
actually played the
something.
game, what did you think of the anime?
That's only actually me, isn't it?
That's you and Kenshi.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Kenshi played like a few hours of it, right?
Yeah, I played.
Yeah, okay, so I guess that's just Guy.
Ugh, great, put me on the spot again, why don't you?
Fucking A.
Well, you could tell it was a adaptation of a video game. It was just from the opening sequence. Yeah, that's an intro from a video game. The guys coming up and saying, "Oh, you're new here," without any real context behind it or anything like that, which was a bit off-putting, really. So about the characters. I'm trying to think of any defining traits from the protagonist, and I'm kind of coming up a blank here.
The defining trait of the protagonist is basically that he doesn't have a defining trait and is therefore the most bland character ever, but in a hilarious way.
Yeah, pretty much. It's, well, I would argue the hilarious way.
Hilarious might be overselling it, but it's pretty funny.
He gets more quirks later, actually, as the series progresses, at least in the anime.
He is probably the least expressive character in the show.
Easily.
Yeah, but in a funny way, so it gets away with it.
Well, I can't judge really, but it's, well, just of the first one, it might redeem itself, but right now it just seems very video game-ish, and not in a good way. It's lacking, I can't see any character development or anything like that. It's more just, yeah, stuff's happening.
The character development happens, just not in the first episode. It's hard to develop a character when you're
Well-
introducing a character. That's not how it works.
Well, yeah, sorry, by defining characterizations then. Any unique characterizations or interesting plot detail, it's... I wasn't a fan of it personally.
Okay. Alright.
See, I think that's one of the problems when you have a main character who is a blank slate, essentially.
It's also the problem with adaptions. You kind of
Yeah.
assume your audience has
Adaptations.
read the original source material. That's
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the opening for Persona 4, the game, is about 3 hours long. That's before you get into any actual, like, real fights. It is about 3 hours of conversations that are all about defining the characters.
Yeah, I can imagine that actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
and then they
just
had to
seemed-
cut that down to about 20 minutes. So a lot of the actual defining moments of the characters got left on the cutting room floor for the sake of actually getting the plot moving as quickly as it needed to be moving if they wanted to get all of the story done in 25 episodes.
Well, yeah, but yeah,
I'm not saying that's a good thing, and I'm not saying that's a
Right,
defense. I'm
okay.
saying that's a reality of what it was.
yeah, fair enough. I suppose the Batman vs Superman creator uses the same argument. Just had to
Probably.
get it all in there.
Yeah, well, they weren't going to get 2 seasons of this. This was a video game adaptation of a game that wasn't... It's still a very niche title. So they weren't going to spend tons of money on this project to make it what it probably needed to be. It probably needed to be a longer show. But they didn't get that, so they did what they could with what they had.
Well, I can't judge from the context. I've never really heard of it.
Yeah,
So
but for a newcomer, it doesn't give a good first impression.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so how about a not quite so newcomer? Kenshi, what did you think?
I mean, I saw room for improvement, but based off the first episode alone, like, it was just... Like, it did a good job establishing the other characters, who they were to a degree. So I found myself interested in them. If I hadn't played before, I would have wanted to know more about who they were. But the whole setup behind I didn't get what the fucking plot was from the first episode. I didn't get what was going on from the first episode alone. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
Because again, it assumes that you've played the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like 2 weeks ago's Random, this is an adaptation that kind of assumes that you're familiar with the source material. It's
Persona
fans.
4, the golden animation is even worse
Yeah.
in terms of that problem. You need to have played the game and probably seen the previous anime to actually understand anything.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. But, yeah. It's... I don't know. I don't know whether
yeah,
it's
imagine
worthwhile to do an anime that is an adaptation designed for people that have already seen the story before. What's the point of that? It's like writing a fan fiction where you don't actually change the plot. All you've done is change it to another media and not actually change anything. What's the point?
Well, the thing with that is probably 90% of fan fictions are that, actually. I would say.
I think you're forgetting the billions of stories that are about dudes fucking. But
Okay,
yeah.
okay, well, 90% of fan fictions are short. That's all. Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah, 90% of the fan fiction that is not the 90% of fan fiction that is dudes fucking is...
And that would be a perfect segue to go into the rules of fan fiction.
Unfortunately, we don't do segues in this house. Okay, so... what do the longtime fans of the franchise think of Persona 4 the animation? Because the longtime fans, they've actually seen the whole thing, they can comment on the whole thing. What do we actually think, gentlemen?
it feels like a cop-out to keep you the exact same standard blankish personality. Because there are some interesting choices you can go with, dialogue choices, I guess, that could help define him in a way and make him more prominent, but it just, I know he's supposed to come off as bland, but I feel like they could have committed to some choice one way or the other.
The thing which made me realize it was a video game adaptation, really. On video games, it works on video games because you want your character to be an everyman, so the player can imprint on him. But you can't do that in any sort of other media.
It doesn't work in anime.
No.
And which is why I'm actually glad that they did solve that problem with the Persona 3 movies, and I got to see the main character get more defined. And even like in the Persona 4 fighting games, good old Yunarakami, aka Seda Suji, for all those who know, was actually did have a solid personality because it was a fighting game. You could pick him going through his story. You got to see everything from his point of view. So it became separated from that just standard character you insert your own personality into. And the Golden animation, which we've said before is New Game Plus, has him pick my favorite option from dialogue when he meets up with the teacher, where it's basically just go screw yourself. It's great.
Zero, you do realize you got his manga name backwards, just like Sam Jazz did, right?
You know what? I don't
made
care.
a hell of an impact on you, didn't I, motherfucker? I got you good.
You know what? Technically, he can't get it backwards because
You said Yunarakami, which is the American version, and then you said whichever one I actually used.
I said Seda Suji.
Yeah, which would be correct if you was using it the Japanese way.
Which
but
I
you
referred to
weren't.
the Japanese way because it was in
No,
the
you don't.
manga, which was never actually translated officially.
You said it wrong, Zero. Just admit it.
I don't because I got it right in the Japanese way.
No, you didn't.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I don't mind the bland personality thing that much. I mean, that's kind of. You get the impression that the Arcana thing, that's kind of the point of the Fool, is that they don't really have a personality of their own and they just kind of borrow from everyone else.
And I know that, but like...
It makes sense in the context of the story, but it doesn't make for a good opening for the character. Yeah. You have nothing to latch onto, like Guy was saying, you can latch onto that for a video game because you can define them yourselves, but for an anime or for a book or for a comic or whatever, you can't do that. If there's no character, then there's nothing to latch onto at all. You need the character.
Which makes it so you have to essentially latch onto the cast surrounding that character until the character gets its defining traits.
Themselves, yeah.
Yeah. Yes?
Which?
Okay.
Oh God, Zero's dad. Zero's dad.
Sorry,
Hey!
my grandpa was calling to me.
Oh, Zero's granddad. Hey.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as for the supporting cast, yeah, supporting cast solid. We're well aware of this. They're a good supporting cast mostly. They're compared to Persona 3, they're a lot more character tick based than actual personality, but they do have actual personality, and that's basically what the entire character arcs are. Like, there is an arc for every single one of these characters that is basically them confronting the dark parts of themselves. It's basically what the plot of the entire game is. And that's good-ish. That's adapted to an extent. Not as well as in the game. Mostly owing to the fact that they don't have time to really dive into it.
That's the main problem that
Yeah.
I had when considering that we're making a Persona 4 animation way back when. I was like, but isn't that game like hundreds of hours long? Like, you could get a lot of time out of it.
A quick playthrough is about 50 hours long.
Yeah.
If you try and rush through it, it'll take you about 50 hours.
Yeah. So it comes down to they're going to have to cut a lot of everything, and that's what makes adaptations always, well, not always, but most of the time weaker than their original, because they have to cut out a lot of stuff.
They have to cut out a lot of stuff, even if they get a lot of time to... Like,
Exactly.
If they were given, say, Full Metal Alchemist's episode time, they get 64 episodes. I think that still might have been pushing it a bit.
Well,
I mean...
I don't consider that to be a good argument. You're essentially saying that...
I'm not saying it's a good show. I'm saying it could have been more if they had more time.
Well, no, but the quality there is still just... You need to build it up in bulk because it's low quality stuff. You can't justify lack of time like that. I don't agree with that.
I'm not quite sure what your point is. That
It seems wrong to say, oh, if they had more time, they could have done it. Because at the end, every story it suffers the same limitations. It's lack of direction, not lack of time, which is the issue.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was that if you can't make an adaptation like that, then you have to change it. And that's what I've seen. The good series that are actually adaptations are able to... It becomes, rather than just a straight, this is the story, but an anime format, it becomes, we're going to change it, but we're going to change it in a way that makes sense with the time given. And that was what happened with Erased, which is a really good anime. It does not it does not go down the same way as it did in the manga, simply because they only had 12 episodes, but it still was just as strong.
I don't know. That's basically arguing for the Gecko ending. That rarely turns out well. I mean, look at Gantz.
Yeah.
What's the Gecko ending?
It's where basically you have a story, but generally speaking, it's done when a story isn't quite finished yet. It's a manga adaptation, so, you know, they caught up because anime is paced a lot quicker than the manga. So they have to come up with an ending because they're going to have to stop making episodes because there's no more content to make because they've run out of manga. So they slap on a quick slapdash ending that is not particularly great, but it gives an ending to the series. Generally speaking, that's how it's used, but that's also what happens when, like you say, you're trying to make a shorter version of the story, and doing that, you lose a lot of the story, and I'm not okay with just making this, cutting out a bunch of the story just for the sake of making it fit in a smaller time frame.
Well, I'm trying to say that if you're able to adapt it, then you don't get the feeling that something huge has been missing, and you need a good adaptation. I'm not saying that it's always a success, but I am saying that's really what it comes down to, is that you don't have many options there.
Guy, you were even arguing on my side when we were talking Batman and Superman when you said, okay, maybe they could have had a second Superman film and a film to introduce Wonder Woman before we did this Batman-Superman thing. Well, you were basically arguing the same thing I am, in that they should have taken more time to set everything up and do it properly.
Well, there's no definite answer in it. There's different ways of doing it, I would say. But it's, if you're going to do the more making it an epic full-length story, fine, but then do that. Otherwise, if you're arguing, oh, it could have been really good if we had 2 hours, no, you even need to get 2 hours or make it good without the 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's about the direction you need to take. Otherwise, you're
okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just don't buy that this particular series would have been able to be condensed in the same way that you're talking about for other shows. I don't think they could have done that.
This
particular series, I can't judge that.
This particular series, it has a slow start in the game. It's going to have a slow start in the anime.
It doesn't have a slow start. It has a slow pace all throughout. It just isn't the kind of story that can just go point, plot point, character development, plot point.
And that's how a lot of animes are, is that they're a lot more rapid paced.
They have to be. That's how they work. It just didn't...
And so, you run into the problem of it's
just not that kind of story. It just...
Yeah. A lot of the engagement...
Bottom line, this was probably as good as we were going to get.
They either had to make it a better story. They had to make it a different story if they wanted to do it in a different media.
Yeah, in which case there would have been no point. They would have been telling a different story. There would have been no point of giving it the name, because it wouldn't have been a Persona story. Because they are slow, methodically paced, heavy on the character development. Yes. And it's just no room for that in such a rapid-paced medium.
And a lot of the engagement from the game comes from the fact that it's a game. You're playing it. You don't...
So you're there and you're engaging with the characters and you're getting involved with their stories and who they are as people. Whereas
and you're the
characters
main
are
character, essentially. That doesn't work in this type of setting. It's like, I mean, you could try to turn like Legend of Zelda into an anime, and you know what? That'd be pretty awesome. But you would have to give Link some defining characteristics. 'Cause you can't have him just be nothing for the entire time. There needs to be character growth, and it's hard to do when you have a blank slate character. So.
So that was a talk. What do we think of Golden, by the way? Which is kind of what I was asking for, almost, but not really. It's an extra, 12 episodes of the anime, where they throw in a bunch of content from the re-release version of the game.
I don't know. It's chaotic, is what it is. It feels
I liked the first couple episodes, and then I just got really bored.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I hadn't played Golden, so I didn't engage with the character as much as I might have liked to.
Yeah, I hadn't played Golden either. My brother has it, but
I found the character pretty interesting that they include.
it kind of has to do with the fact that as a fanfic writer, I spoiled myself on the character because I knew I wasn't going to be able to play the game. So I already knew the whole character arc, essentially. So I was just not as engaged as I probably should have been.
I mean, it worked pretty well for what they were trying to do with it. It was a very odd project. I mean, it's an adaptation of something they've already adapted, but only certain sections of a certain version of the game. Very strange, but it went okay, and it was basically dedicated to character development for that one character, which, again, was what I was asking for, but it's one character and there's a big cast, so...
I like the Persona 3 movies.
Never seen
I
them.
still need to watch those.
They condense a lot of the downtime down in a good way, and I like it. It has a nice pace to it.
Okay, so...
But I know it's possible. Probably easier with Persona 3, though.
Okay, right. Well, Persona 3 was actually not much faster paced, but there was a lot more grindiness to it that padded it out more than character development. Alright, so... what the fuck are we going to do for topics? Because we have about 30 minutes left. We're going to stay under 2 hours?
Let's start with our one topic we had.
That's not one topic, that's 3 topics.
It is a pretty big topic.
It's 3 topics that are very inherently linked to each other, and I don't want to just blow a load of...
we ended up talking a lot about other things.
Hang on. We forgot to do one thing.
You don't have to worry about me, though, because I'm not strapped for time, because it's Cesar Chavez Day.
Someone needs to roll. 27, please.
Okay. Let me get my random 1 to 27.
That's the one.
Alright. Here we go. Number is 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is H.
Let's hope for Helsing.
I'm kind of hoping for Hajime no Ippo, because I want to watch that again. Alright, so, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 26, 28, 100.
Okay, here we go. What could it be? A random A. E.
Let's call it 100. It's probably around 100.
Cool. 67.
67? Shit.
While I was in Mexico, we got to have some food made by the grandma of the family. So I got to eat Mexican-made food in Mexico. with little green.
Did it destroy your anus, or?
It surprisingly didn't. In
Wow.
fact, it made me not go to the bathroom. I only went once every 2 days. Because I was going in a porta potty. Or in a hole in the ground. When I got home, when we got back over the border, we went to freaking, In-N-Out first thing. And they had the cleanest bathroom I'd ever seen. And I was so happy. And, I gotta tell you, I was there for a while.
Wow, that is just the information that I wanted to hear. Really, please tell me more about your bathroom habits.
I realized just how spoiled us Americans were, and I felt glad that I live in America.
Yeah, spoiled. You have a working toilet.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Would you like to
So,
know what our random A is?
What is it?
Yeah,
What we
I'm
got?
excited at all.
Happy World. OVA.
Yay! Yeah, that's an OVA. Let's not do it.
Oh. Wait.
It is a series that has 3 episodes.
3 OVAs, you mean?
3 OVAs,
I-
yes.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Happy World?
Yeah.
It's ecchi series apparently. Dude has bad luck because of a curse, gets the opportunity to pass on that curse to a girl, I think, but doesn't, so she falls in love with him and helps protect him from the curse.
Let me guess, the curse causes harem-type things to happen.
Harem is not in the list of genres, so I'm going to assume not.
Ecchi-type things to happen, then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no, I fell and I accidentally pulled down this girl's skirt. Now I'm going to get beat up because that's bad luck, and that's how bad luck works.
Okay, if you're pulling down someone's skirt, that takes a lot more effort than just flipping it up. So I think that might be a little bit more intentional, if that's what you've been doing, Zero.
No,
Also, stop being a creeper.
I'm saying that's what they're probably going to try to do with the bad luck thing.
Yeah, do we want to skip it or just go with it?
No, I want to see it. We landed on it. We got to watch it. That's how Randomay works.
Alright, so Happy World OVA.
Slicer sounds enthused at the prospect of watching this.
Yeah, not surprised.
It's something I've never seen before. I'm interested.
Well, in fairness, we found some good shows that way. Well, a good show that way.
Which good show?
The
Go
premise itself at least doesn't sound repulsive. I had to watch fucking tennis anime, and not Prince of Tennis. It was like a
Oh, Jesus,
stupid
really?
knockoff version. Yes.
Okay. It's suddenly seeming like a better option now. Okay. Happy World it is.
Okay, I need to just need to get a look at the pictures involved with this, because I'm. What do we got for the images of the title screen? Okay, this is weird. I feel weird. Why?
Okay, let's just slap a fucking topic on... Actually, tell you what. Random number generator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. 1 to 13.
8.
Sorry, 1 to 12. My apologies. I included the spare topics thing.
4.
4?
That's the number for death.
Okay, so... Do you remember that really weird topic that I came up with a while ago, and you had no idea what to do with it?
Yeah?
You're gonna have to be a
Yeah, the
little more
topic we have to
specific.
do is what Shakespeare's effect has on people's writing style from being taught extensively in schools.
I was never taught Shakespeare. I've got
What?
Yeah, me neither.
I was.
Okay, Slicer I can kind of understand because he lives in Iowa, and I don't even fucking know what they learn there, but fucking...
Corn. Grow corn.
You learned corn.
Okay. In fairness, I don't think there are any corn-based Shakespeare plays, so, or sonnets for that matter. So, okay.
Oh, corn! An ode to corn. Wait, I gotta find out if that's true.
What? There aren't any references to corn in Shakespeare plays?
Corn didn't exist back, or at least the British or English people didn't know about corn in Shakespeare's time.
How do you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because corn was kind of discovered when they came over to America.
Ode to
and
maize.
Americans
The story
growing.
of corn began in 1492. Shakespeare was writing at the latter half of the 16th century, so yeah. It was a thing then.
Oh, well, not a big thing.
I found a poem called An Ode to Corn. This corn is your corn. This corn is my corn.
That's
California, New York Island cornfields, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this corn was made for you and me.
That's okay. First of all, you just ripped off "This Land Is My Land."
Shut up! No, this is
Even I
obviously a
recognize
poem.
that.
No, shut up! This is a poem about corn that I found on Reddit. That must mean it's original and true.
Okay. So Shakespeare. Basically, I had a thought a while ago. We're talking like months and months ago. A lot of fan fiction uses what is called beige prose, at least on TV tropes, where there is like almost no description involved whatsoever. And I have to wonder, because a lot of fanfiction writers are very young, they're like teenagers, what have you, and they're told constantly that Shakespeare is the best writer ever, like, for real ever, guys, for realsies. And Shakespeare used no descriptions, no stage directions, nothing at all, beyond, like, character enters stage left or right. That's pretty much all you got.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure fanfiction writers do it because most fanfiction writers are lazy.
Yeah, I was going to argue that most fanfiction writers
I'm just wondering
don't know
if
how
there's
to
any
write.
correlation at all, basically.
It also doesn't flow very well sometimes. I mean, you don't want to break things up with 2 or 3 paragraphs of explanation of what things look like. And sometimes you shouldn't. I mean, it's like it's a chair. Don't explain to me a chair.
Well, it's like people, when it comes to fan fiction, you run into the thing of you're going to assume people already know what you're talking about. And that's really more of a product of that thought process than Shakespeare. Because trust me, a lot of the people in fan fiction don't remember anything about Shakespeare they were taught.
Oh, right, I forgot people are Philistines and don't care about culture.
Exactly.
Forgot about that.
They're not trying to emulate Shakespeare. They're just being lazy.
Right.
If they were trying to emulate Shakespeare, their vocabulary would be a lot more flowery.
Ah, but that does happen.
Yeah, actually that's true enough. There's a lot of fanfiction that do use a lot of purple prose. Like,
Not
Yes.
even purple prose. They use Shakespearean dialect and language for characters talking a lot of the time. Have you read, like, any Harry Potter fiction ever?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, with the fucking ancient houses and
Okay,
shit.
I
you
knew
always
one
pull this
person.
crap.
I knew one person in high school, and she just every single thing she wrote was purple. And like we were both in journalism at one time, and we had to work on an article together. And she was just like so flowery, and I'm like, this happened. And I was writing very beige prose-ish because rather just trying to focus on the details of what happened.
Well, if it's journalism, then yeah, that's what you should be
And
doing.
I'm like, yeah, that's what you should be doing. And I'm like, why are you trying to write like that in a journalism class? It's so flowery. It comes off as dispassionate and not even like, just get to the point, But, yeah, if you're emulating Shakespeare or some other writer from a past type of literature class you may have been taught, it reflects in your writing. especially in how you just use vocabulary and word choice. But not, I wouldn't say so much in terms of, just lacking descriptions.
Fair play. Okay, so at least something came out of this topic that we've had on the docket for...
Okay, now get rid of that topic, and we're never going to talk about it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
You insist? You were scared of that topic, weren't you?
No, I just don't.
He needed to go through a college writing course to get the guts.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay.
No. Shut up.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I still don't think he was prepared. He still didn't want to do it, but, he'd only been taking the course for a little while, so...
I went through Shakespeare.
We hate... Look, Casey, we hate real topics that actually require us to be intelligent to answer them.
Okay.
It's like, I went through Shakespeare already.
Pretty well.
I don't want to...
Yeah, he did great, but that's why he wasn't...
I went through Shakespeare before. I don't want to go through it again.
What's wrong with Shakespeare? Sorry, Shakespeare.
Because it's forced down your throat. It's what our school system does.
Yeah.
It takes all the passion out of anything that you would be interested in.
I still like Julius Caesar, because that was pretty fun.
Well, I mean, how can you not admire a man who was stabbed like 37.5 times?
32.
It's pretty cool. Whatever.
Also, teenage girls everywhere. You are misinterpreting Romeo and Juliet. That is all.
They all died. And there was murder, a lot of murder that happened in that.
Yeah, the entire point of that play was teenage romance makes you do incredibly stupid things for incredibly stupid reasons. Don't be a dumbass. People that are older than you are looking out for you.
They're like Romeo and Juliet. Oh, so they're both going to die at the end. Wait, what?
Yeah.
So they're both going to die at the end and ruin everyone's lives around them? Yeah, cool.
Okay, so I'm going to delete that topic from the topic list because we didn't talk about it this week. Alright, so that's that topic pretty much done. Oh, also, everyone should watch fucking Ian McKellen's version of Richard III because hell yes. It is basically Richard III, but Richard III is basically Hitler. It is set in World War II era. It has tanks in a Shakespeare play, and it has Ian McKellen. It is so great. Also Robert Downey Jr.
There's one thing I want to mention, though, since we seem to be wrapping up in a bit. But I mentioned how I played Danganronpa. Well, in Danganronpa, you have each character is an ultimate of something. Like, they're the best at that in their field. And there's a character that is the ultimate fanfic creator. So I'm going to link an image of the ultimate fanfic creator right here.
Oh, Jesus.
Our dream, what we should all be aspiring to.
I have a feeling this is going to be insulting.
Of course it is.
Why
Isn't the fat guy?
Why does he have an arrow on his tie?
This is the ultimate fanfic creator. Look at him. Be inspired.
Okay, so I've got the too small shirt. I have the backpack. Although mine's only one shoulder, not two. So, need to work on that. I need a jacket that's too small as well.
This character is universally hated in the game. Nobody, or rather, by all the fans. Nobody likes him. Even the creator of this character hates him.
I don't have circular frame spectacles.
Or
You're also not 400 pounds. So.
Or you don't have a hair lip either.
I expect the fucking 400 pounds thing to happen eventually. I'm not going to rush that.
Dude!
And the hair...
What is
the
that?
fuck is the hair? Also, I'm going to have to link this now because we talked about it too much.
This character is Hifumi, for those who just want to Google him. Hifumi Danganronpa. Yeah, this is the ultimate fanfic creator. Yep.
Sweet. Okay, so...
He sells his stuff, and he gets money.
Well, yeah, we can do that in Japan.
Yeah, which makes me upset.
little bit.
Because that means he's more successful than me.
A little bit.
Man, if I could sell my shit.
Yeah. Okay, let's be honest. If we could actually do that, we'd probably be doing okay for ourselves. Like all of us,
Yeah.
even me.
No, but I'd be rich. That should be great. I'd be pretty damn well off. Tell you that much. That'd be awesome.
You'd be well off. Zero would be like very comfortable. I'd be getting by pretty fine. Slicer might still be working at the Dollar General, but
he would make He would make money because he's an editor, or he's like he's a beta. He'd make money
he's
on
an editor, so he'd get like a stipend from writers that he works for, including me.
Like you. Yeah.
Also, he writes porn, so there's always a market for
He'd
that.
be rich.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Even if it's terrible, there's always a market for it.
Yeah. Okay, recommendations. Anyone got recommendations besides me?
Play Danganronpa, because that's all I was able to do because I was in Mexico. And I only played it just these past couple days.
Okay, it's already on the links, so... Anyone else?
From Beyond by I don't know who. I don't have it up in front of me, but John dies after the catapult thing. Like Kira doesn't launch a spear at him, so it doesn't catch him, and he just lands like on his neck and just dies instantly.
Okay, you're gonna have to clarify what this is for because I don't know.
Oh, it's a RWBY fic. Sorry. John, after the catapult initiation, lands on his neck, dies instantly. Blake finds him, and he's a ghost. Only she can see.
Okay.
And eventually, we learn he can possess very basic objects. Like he can possess one thing. So he can possess the outside of a teddy bear.
Wait.
Or
so he basically has the powers of dead characters from Trouble in Terrorist Town, is what you're telling me.
I don't know. I've never seen that.
You can possess if you die, you can possess small objects and make them move around and jump. For no reason. You can't actually do anything about it, but you can do that.
Oh, Casey.
No.
Casey. Moemon has there's a Ruby edition and there's a Platinum edition, and we can do a randomizer Nuzlocke. Where every Pokemon is random.
Oh, okay. Zero. We're gonna have to do this now. Like, I wasn't even aiming for that, okay? This was not my plan. It was supposed to be a stupid one-off April Fool's video. God damn it, Zero.
It'll be fun, right?
Yes.
We wouldn't know anything.
That's
It'd
the
be
worst
great.
part about it.
And now you've locked yourself into it. But anyway, no, it's a little more complex than that, and the fic does a really great job of kind of slowly discovering what he can and cannot do, and he can possess unconscious people, and it's complex, but he gets a shadow of their skill, so he can fight like them when possessing them. But it's very well written, very entertaining, and it's a pretty decent length as far as I remember.
Okay.
I will Google that real quick and get you a link.
It's alright, don't worry. I'll find it easily enough. Anyone else?
Not this week.
Oh, and all of the chapter titles are movie references.
I'm a fan of that
So,
when
yeah.
it happens. It's
Okay.
funny.
Okay, might as well get the link since I've got the link. Thank you, Slicer. Alright. Okay, so my recommendation is Harry Potter and the Devil's Sorcery. Bear with me. Just gonna type that.
Oh, and since you guys keep mentioning my Master Swords, I'm going to link one of them.
Don't care. Not gonna link it.
Just for you guys to see, so you can see what I actually have.
Don't care. Not gonna look at it. Okay, so my recommendation is, like I say, Harry Potter and the Devil's Sorcery, Harry Potter High School DxD crossover by Renard. So, basically, pre-story starting, Harry has a dream of being mediocre and aiming to be mediocre. So
Yes!
he decides, holy shit, that's fucking stupid. I don't want to do that. And decides in 5th year, okay, I need to summon a devil because I want to do a super cool magic thing. I want to learn to do a super cool magic thing, rather. So he summons a devil and binds it to his will. Guess who the devil is in High School DxD fic? 3 guesses.
Reyes?
Your last 2 don't count.
It could honestly be anyone. I mean...
Yeah, it's Rias.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, he does that and starts working towards getting a super cool magic thing. It's pretty solid. Harry is... It's an interesting twist on the character in that he is kind of utilitarian, like in Brutal Harry, but a little bit more ruthless in his efforts to do what he wants to do. It has a very unusual interpretation of Daphne Greengrass. She is not the pure-blood princess, ice queen, blah, 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 that Fanon has determined her to be, and has actually been interpreted in a way that fits DxD very, very well.
Huh.
Yeah. I won't spoil what it is, but it really makes sense for the setting, or rather the tone that series has. I like how a lot of the characters are portrayed, actually, because it makes Rhea slightly likable. It brings the fact that she's a total fucking weeb front and center. Like, she makes references to anime pretty regularly, and no one gets them because it's in England.
Good. I'm glad. Nobody should get them. That's perfect.
So it's pretty solid. I like the characters. I like the story itself. The plot isn't bad. It's abandoned actually, but it wrapped up the major plot for what was going on, which was the Voldemort thing. It completely wrapped that up, and was then abandoned after that, like literally just after it happened. And the writer gave an outline for what was going to happen after that. I probably wouldn't have recommended it if he had carried on.
Huh.
Based on some of the things he wanted to do.
I've actually seen a few fics like that, yeah. It's sad.
Yeah. So if he'd carried on, I probably wouldn't have recommended it. It seemed like he was going to veer into some dark for the sake of dark territory, and I'm not a fan. But since he didn't do that, I could actually recommend this as a solid, pretty complete story. Self-contained on its own, it's great. It's good stuff.
Is there romance or just kind of general?
There is romance in the style of DxD romance.
Oh.
Oh, but stuff happens, but, it's DxD romance, so nothing concrete, so to speak. Yeah. So it's a pretty good story and worth looking at if you like either side, really. I mean, the author goes on pretty regular rants about power levels between Harry Potter and DxD, which, yeah, he brings up some decent points, mostly about Harry Potter isn't a shonen series, DxD is, effectively. Actually, no, literally, it is a shonen series.
Yeah.
But the way he explains it, and a thing that apparently drove him into abandoning the story, was this disagreement between what Harry Potter is as a series. Like, magic is defined as a thing that screw the rules, we have magic, is the line, and people seem to not like that as far as DxD goes. Like,
Screw the rules, we got magic.
Yeah, DxD, like I say, it's a shonen series, so it has power levels, and power levels are greater than any other force in the universe, as far as DxD is concerned. But Harry Potter doesn't work that way at all. So, it's
mixing two genres.
Yeah, very much so, and it does a good job of it and makes the fights interesting, and the characters from Harry Potter's side actually stand up to whatever's on the DxD side pretty legitimately, and the fight scenes are
like-
very cool. So
Like, can you resist somebody just using a death spell on you? Is
that's
the question.
literally the example that's brought up, because the way the Avada Kedavra thing works is it literally rips the soul from the body, and that's it. It kills you because your soul is no longer in your body. And there is no defense for it, magical or otherwise. If you want to block it, you have to throw something in the way of it. So if anyone casts fucking Avada Kedavra at Cerzex, for example, who is big badass boss man for DxD universe,
Yeah.
he would die. Like, he would straight up die. Can't be blocked, can't be resisted. It rips the soul from the body. He would die. It's
Yeah.
that sort of thing that we're talking about. There are no power levels that matter. Magic's effect is magic's effect. Magic A is magic A. That's what it is. It's defined perfectly. So
Then you also run into the matter of, yeah, that's true, but then you can always try to dodge it with superior speed. It's not like it's a fast moving thing.
you could. And that's why the fights are interesting, because you could dodge it. But then a magic user, well, a wizard, could do something else that you can't really dodge. And there's a lot of that sort of fighting, very tactically minded rather than
That
just
seems
power.
actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's actually really well put together as far as the fight scenes are concerned, and yeah, it's that sort of thing that makes me really want to recommend this fic. I just wish... No, I'm pretty happy with how this ended as well. Because like I say, if it carried on, it could have gone into some stupid territory, and it avoided that. So, unfortunate how it turned out, but it probably turned out for the best anyway. So,
Fair enough.
that's my recommendation for this week. I think people should read that one.
I'll check it out.
Good
You,
example of
like
some
it?
tactical fights. What were you going to say, Slicer?
Said I was going to check it out, and can you link it?
Oh, sure. Copy. Paste. Done. Yeah. So, anyone got anything else to say before we close this out?
I'm good. Oh yeah, I did this one thing. I did update my story. I put up a new chapter before I went on my break. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
one thing I did that I forgot to mention.
Cool.
And we also got a few more subscribers from that, so you're welcome.
Yay. I'm trying to see where the chapter was, but I guess I didn't get the email for it. I'll have to look at that. Alright. So I'd like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 126. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the YouTube channel through the comments. Please send it on Patreon if you feel so inclined. Yeah. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 126. Bye now.
Bye.
See you guys.